guys! So, I know I just uploaded a video about, like, March favorites, beauty haul, whatever. But after that, I went on Facebook, and my friend Zoe, she just got into Barbados about 3 hours ago. And she messaged me saying, Sydney, help, I forgot face wash, body wash, shampoo, all that stuff. And I'm gonna have to spend a fortune at the gift shop trying to get some more. And so I decided to try and make like a tips and tricks video, I guess you could call it. And so, my first tip, I'm kind of like an OCD packer. Like, I'm going to Tennessee this summer, in like the end of July, so I have April, May, June. So I have about like 3.5 months until I have to start packing. And, I'm already making a list. Like, on a sheet of like notebook paper, I took the first 6 lines, and I drew lines, and then I cut it in half, and on the right side is my makeup, and on the left side is like my shower stuff, and then below that is clothes, and like on the back is like shoes, and like bathing suit and stuff like that, and like towels and stuff like that. And yeah, it's so, like, my first advice is make a list, but like photocopy it so you have like 2 or 3, so that you can, yeah, about 3 or 4. But like the first one, you check it off when you're packing, or when you get the stuff, like when you get all the stuff and you put it on your bed, and then so you check all the stuff off as you put it on your bed, and then you check it off as you're putting it in your suitcase. That's another checklist. Like, start with the first checklist, put it in the recycle. And the second checklist, you take it, and you check off everything as you put it in your suitcase. Like, you don't check, okay, I see 4 pairs of shorts, and then you put the shorts in the bag. You put 1 pair in, check it off. 1 pair in, check it off. And then you take the other 2, and you fold them in half, and you put them in, like, the pocket or whatever. That way you can do the same thing coming back. And I would suggest leaving, well, I'm a teenage girl, so I buy a lot of stuff, so I usually leave like about a 5th or a 6th of my suitcase open, just so that I can buy stuff. But that's just me. And my next thing is actually about packing your clothes. Like, this is a different way. Like, one of the things that I do, especially when I'm packing for like a month, is, this is very OCD, but I will roll my clothes up, and then I'll put them in a Ziploc bag. Like, this is one outfit. Like, this is the day that we're going to be going to Dolly World, which is like Dolly Parton in Disney World. And I have my bathing suit bottom, my bathing suit top, my top, and shorts. And I'm going to be wearing sandals with these, so I don't need socks. And of course I don't need underwear or bra because I have my swimsuit. And this is just one day, and this is nice, especially if you're not going to have if you're barely going to have time for a washer, because you can just throw this outfit back in here when you're done, and then it doesn't get in with all your clean clothes. So, and then, well, all the bags aren't going to be that full. Like, you're not always going to have it. And these are my pajamas. Like, my Adidas shorts. These are my, what's it called? Sleep shorts. And, this is actually one of my friend's t-shirts. He gave it to me one time, and it's just become my sleep shirt because it makes me feel safe, or whatever. It's really good. It's really comfortable. It's good stuff. And then my next tip is, like, when you're at the gate, like, I'm flying by myself, and I'm 15, so my mom, she's always, like, overprotective. She's like, call me when you get to your first gate, call me when you're about to board, call me after you land, because I have a layover in, it's either LA or Chicago, I remember it's a big one. Text me when you get to your, like, you land, text me when you get to your second gate, text me when you're about to take off, and text me when you land, and text me when your aunt picks you up. And so it's like, do I really want to do that? So I would just advise, like, making sure you do that. Like, if you're flying by yourself, make sure that you text your mom if she tells you to. Because like one time I didn't do that, and she literally called the police because she thought I was like attacked. She was like, I was at my aunt's house, not the same aunt in Tennessee, but an aunt in Michigan, and she was like, she called my aunt and she was like, I just called the cops because Cindy isn't answering my phone, and I need to know if you have her because she's scaring me. She hasn't texted me in about 3 hours, and I'm worried about her. And I just didn't have service at my aunt's house, so I couldn't text her. But anyway, it's just like, find a good way to text your mom or your guardian, whoever you're with, so that, or whoever you need to text, because it can turn into a big situation. Second thing is when you're at security, make things as easy as you can on yourself. Like, wear like flip-flops or like Toms or something, and have like your shoes that you're gonna wear on the plane in the bag, or like slippers or something in the bag, your carry-on bag. Because then like security is such a hassle, and it's just, I don't even know. I don't like security at all, because you have to take off your shoes, you have to put all your stuff in the bag, and then it takes forever, and then you only have like 10 seconds to put your shoes on, get all your stuff before it falls off the conveyor belt. And it's so you're like putting your shoes on, put your coat back on, and just like grab everything and run. Like, when I went to Boston, there was like a whole big line, and so I was like, I'm not gonna hold these people up. I was wearing Toms, and I was like, I would have also advised, if you can, wear socks. I don't care if you're wearing Toms, but wear socks, because airport floors are gross. Especially in security, because everybody's walking through. And a lot of people have like sandals on, so it's like, they're barefoot too. And so it's like, I ain't walking through there barefoot. But, and I was like, okay, I'll do this. So I was wearing socks with my Toms, because I had my shoes in my carry-on bag. I cut everything off. It went through, and like, the guy, he had stopped me, because my mom had to go through the body scanner, but I was only 14, so he's like, ma'am, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 14. And he was like, okay, go through the metal detector. So I went through the metal detector, and my stuff was already like at the end of the conveyor belt. And so I was like, crap. And like, after the conveyor belt, you can't like take the box off the conveyor belt and then go like put your stuff on somewhere else. Like, no, you have to put it on at the conveyor belt and then go to your gate. And it's but anyways, I had like 10 seconds. I had like 5 seconds to put everything on. So I was like, you know what, I don't even care. I stuffed my Toms in my bag. I stuffed everything else in my pocket, and I just ran to my gate, because I was already late by then, because there was a huge line in security. So just make it easier on yourself. And don't have anything bigger than 3.4 ounces. If you do anything right your trip, make sure that you don't have anything more than 3.4 ounces. I found that out on the hard way. Like, at the Minneapolis airport on the way back, like, I had bought, I don't even know what it was, but at the Boston airport they let me through, and it was like 3.6 ounces. So it was like, oh, 0.2 of an ounce, we have to arrest you. They pulled me aside, they, like, patted me down, they did the little metal wand, they're like, ma'am, we're gonna have to ask you to take your sweatshirt off. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I only have a tank top on under this, and it's like not very warm in the airport, because there's so many airplanes. So like, well then, we're gonna have to pull you aside into the side room and have to talk with you, because something in your bag was more than 3.4 ounces, and that's not at TSA regulation. I'm like, well then I'll throw it away. And she's like, ma'am, you're gonna have to take off your sweatshirt or come with me into a side room. I was like, fine, I'll take my sweatshirt off, expose myself in front of all these perverts here, but just because the 0.2 of an ounce. She was like, thank you, ma'am. And so I took my sweatshirt off. And like, my tank top was like really low cut. Like, that was like the only time I would wear it, was under the sweatshirt, just because I didn't want to just wear my sweatshirt. Oh, so sad. And then second thing, get an aisle seat on the plane. I was stuck in the middle seat between two freaking big guys that snored. I was stuck there for 7 hours. I couldn't get up. because the one from the aisle had his head on my shoulder, and I tried to move, and he was like, and then went back to sleep. The guy over there was like trying to talk to me, and he wasn't big, like big, but he was pretty big. And like they both stunk so bad, and like you don't even know because it was like, oh, it was bad. I'm just telling you, it was bad. And so I waited 7 hours, and like I couldn't get to sleep because his head was like right there, and I was like, I always go like this, like to sleep, and so I was like sitting like don't move, and they won't know you're there. And then the flight attendant was like, ma'am, we're gonna have to ask you to put your seatbelt back on. And I'm like, excuse me, can you wake this guy up because he's sitting on my seatbelt clicker thingy-mabob. She's like, ma'am, I can't do that, you just have to put your seatbelt on because we're in turbulence right now. And I'm like, excuse me, but, I can't, because one, that guy is like in my face and he is freaking me out, and two, he is sitting on my seatbelt holder clicker thingy-mabob. I don't know what they're called, but he's sitting on it. She was like, ma'am, you're gonna need to change your attitude because you're getting a little hostile and we might have to call the ground control and land early at a different airport. Fine, land early, that way he can get up. But whatever, I ended up putting my seatbelt back on after he got up and went to the bathroom. And let me tell you, after he got up, it was like cold air, like rushing. It was like, he was so warm. Like, this side of my body was sweating. This side of my body stunk like B.O. from the guy next to me. And like, my face was just like, stay above the water. And then once you land, like, stretch. Cause like, I'm an athlete, so my muscles were so tight from a 7.5-hour flight that like I could barely walk. So I sat down in the, like, there's a big hallway that goes down like Minneapolis airport, and there's like food and then terminals on this side. I just sat down straight in the middle of it and I just started stretching. People were looking at me funny. I'm like, look away, people, look away. It was pretty awesome. But whatever. And like, my final advice is just remember suntan lotion if you're going somewhere warm. Because like in Boston, I didn't wear sunscreen. Like, I forgot it. I got the worst burn on my shoulders. I mean, now they're white. Like, look at this. I'm like glowing white. This is ridiculous. Like, yeah. But anyways, wearing sunscreen, like, it sucks getting burnt. Like, I don't peel, but I burn, and then it takes like a week to tan, and so that's a week that I could have been tanning again. But whatever. So, sorry this was such a long video. It was only supposed to be like 5 minutes, but I just kind of ranted. But, yeah, and put your name tag on your luggage. Oh my gosh. Just do it, okay? Like, I lost my luggage, and I was so mad. Just put your name tag on your luggage. Put your name, your email address, your phone number, and, like, your parents' phone number. Like, so that they know they can find somebody. And your address. Put your address on there. So your name, your email address, your address, your cell phone number, and then an additional number that they can call somebody that's, like, at your home. But, yeah. Thanks for enduring my rant and stuff. Bye!